Hi everyone, I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. I'm a soul level animal communicator, psychic medium, also do crystal healing and Reiki healing. So I'm here to be of service tonight and I look forward to talking with all of you. I understand that you may or may not be awake, but I did get your message and we'll squeeze a reading in for you. I'm sorry to hear that your job opportunity went past. Just meant it was not the right one. There's one even better coming up. So we'll just hold space for you and I'll get you that reading for your birthday and happy birthday. Welcome everybody else to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for tuning in. Gladfly, I understand, is here for the first time. And thank you so much for joining in. Let's see if we can go ahead and get started with a few things. Where did it go? Let's go ahead and do Carl's reading so that he can watch it on the replay. I don't normally do that, just so y'all know, but it's kind of a special occasion. So let's just see what his guides have to say for his birthday week. Carl, there's kind of like oh gosh, like your guides are working undercover and they're working around to set things in the proper place so that when this job comes around, you're going to be ready. It's going to be something that's beyond what you thought, not something perhaps that you envisioned yourself doing, but this is going to be something a little more different and diversified and interesting for you. I think you're going to enjoy it. It feels like they're getting you ready to take a step in a new direction. So this is what they're telling me is to inspire you to have faith and thank them in advance. Of course, this is me talking now. Thank them in advance for having everything worked out in your favor because you are bringing in good things. There are good things coming up for you, and there is a job coming around the corner. So I will hold space for you to see that happen on your birthday week and wish you all the best. So let's see. Lori, why did I not know? Oh, let's go ahead and show this so everybody can see your question. Why did I not know my cat Nathan was sick? Of all my cats that have passed away, his transition has been the most sudden and devastating. He seemed very healthy until right before he passed away. Lori, I am really sorry about your loss. It is so difficult to, when they shift from this realm, the earthly realm, into the spirit realm, it's great for them and an easy transition for them, but it's just devastating for us because, we miss their physical presence. And even though his spirit is still there and you can connect with him in spirit form and continue to love on him and work with him and hear from him, it's just not the same. I do understand. I'm really sorry for your grief and your loss. So let me connect with Nathan and see what he has to say. So as he comes in just like a real, I'm doing good, kind of like almost swagger to his stride. And he comes in to say, all is well, Mom, all is well. He is hanging out. He has got this source, looks like a trickling stream or something that's almost the equivalent of like water coming out of a faucet kind of thing, and he loves that. He wants you to understand, he's got a lot of these things that he also enjoyed in life. He's got in his version of heaven while he's across the bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, waiting for you. And of course, we'll be there for you when your time comes. All of our animals are there to greet us, just so anybody who's tuning in here tonight knows, all of our animals do greet us when it does come our time to cross over. I hear it over and over again in readings. And so I, for one, take stock in that. So what he's saying, though, about you not knowing is that was by design on his part. And because he knows that you probably would have moved heaven and earth and maxed out a credit card if that's what it took to try to do everything you could to make him better. It was his time. and he had apparently finished the lessons that he had been soul lesson that he had been working on with you, and it was his time to move on. That's really a hard one to hear, I know, but he didn't want you to have to do that. Didn't want you to have to live in that fear and dread, and that grieving in advance that we do when we know we have an animal that's on the decline and about to transition. So this is what he felt would be the kindest thing that he could do for you because of his love for you. And he says he really did not have an issue at the end. It was just, for him, it was the equivalent of walking from one room into another room to go from this earthly realm back into the spirit realm. It was a smooth and easy passing for him. So I hope that helps, Lori, and I'm really, again, sorry for your loss. Kathy Beer, hi Kathy. Hi, Laura. Hi, Deb Kane. And thank you for your note, Deb. Wait a minute, maybe I've got the wrong Deb. I got a really cool note from Deb Price to say that she had been on one of my lives, I don't know, a week or two ago, and wanted to know when her house was going to sell. And she got a contract. I had said that the contract would come in. It wouldn't be quite the dollar amount that she wanted, but it would come in. And it did. And she went under contract. And then that buyer backed out. Well, that buyer's back in again. And now she's closing. And I got the sweetest email. So I just really want to thank you guys for reaching back out to me to let me know when things work out. And also in the feed here during the show, if things make sense for you and if you resonate with you, feel free to give me feedback here in the feed. So I don't know if Deb Kane, the other Deb I think is Deb Price, but anyway, happy about her house and happy that you're here, Deb Kane. KB, welcome. Joe Lombardi, hi, I'm glad to see you too. Let's go ahead and keep going with our questions. KB, and I love the way you put the question mark first. It makes it so much easier for me to see, because people talk with each other in the chat, and I love that y'all do that. I really love how supportive you all are of each other. But if you'll put a question mark first and then do your question, it really helps me get to more of them faster. So thanks. Would you please ask my guides if they have guidance on how to approach a friend I lent money to for business? She's intimidating and not sure how to approach. Gently or match her energy. Let's tune in, okay? Let's see what your guides have to say. You have 3 guides, and one of them feels almost like a guardian angel type, a little bit different energy, angelic energy. And so maybe your guardian angel who is here with your 2 guides, 2 main guides. And it's almost like they're coming in a chorus. Stand in your power. And then your angel is saying, speak your truth. And they're saying that, if you can steel yourself to be as calm as you can, and if this is somebody that is going to try to escalate this into raising their voice or being physically intimidating, just stand firm, look at them and say, a deal's a deal. We made this agreement and it's time for you to start repaying the loan. I don't know if this is all at once, but they're saying something like payments, but at least half of what is owed needs to come back to you right away. And then, if they need a little more time, you can talk about it. But I wouldn't commit to saying you can have more time or anything like that. They're saying you can agree to talk about it, but they are giving me the impression that this person may not have all of the money to get back to you at this point. It's sort of like the wisdom of taking a bit now and then, ask when's your next payday and that kind of thing. And just ask, well, okay, we can do a little bit more on that next payday and a little bit more on the next payday until it's done. So I hope that works for you. And one of your guides is saying this may not resolve for another month or so. but the energy is good. I think if you stand in your power and not raise your voice to be intimidating, just quietly and firmly, calmly and firmly, not quietly, calmly and firmly. I'm sorry, they corrected me. Just say, we had a deal. These were the terms. It's time to pay back, you know, and it's time for us to make a plan to get this paid off. I'm hearing make a plan to get this paid off. So good luck, Kay. I hope that resonates, and I'm looking forward to hearing that you got all your money back. That's always scary. I did that for somebody about a year ago because, you know, whoops, sorry, one of my dogs tripped. You okay, bud? Okay. I have 2 dogs here who act as my special assistants. And one of them has to be in the energy of every reading. He just loves doing this with me. So, whew. Let's move on. Joe Lombardi. Hi, Donna. Can you tell me if I got some medical condition that might be going on or that I should pay attention to in my breast and my back shoulder? Okay. Let's see. I'm really used to doing body mapping when I do animal communication readings. They're real good about allowing me to feel in my body what they feel in their body. And so I'm not used to doing that for people. Let's see what I can pick up on. I'm being made aware of something in my left breast, which tells me that maybe there's something in your left breast. The mammogram or sonogram might be in order. What I'm feeling though in my back, my upper back and behind my shoulder is deep knots that are deep down in the muscle tissue. It's feeling like it's hurting really bad, and it's almost like your shoulder blade feels like it doesn't want to go into its right place because of these knots. And so this could be tension and stress, perhaps worrying about what's going on with the breast, I don't know, or other stressors. But I would say I would try to find a deep tissue massage or even do a hot and cold press with a heating pad and ice packs to just try to work that knot yourself if you can't afford to do a massage somewhere. But definitely there are places, I don't know what part of the country you live in, where you can, there's a place in the Houston, Texas, Galveston, Texas area where I'm originally from called The Rose, and you can go in and cash price for mammograms is only $200 for a 3D mammogram. So I wish you luck and hope they have resources like that in the town where you live. But I wouldn't waste any time. I would go ahead and get that checked out, if for no other reason than to give you peace of mind that it's just a cyst or something, a benign cyst or something like that. Always want to check that out. Good luck, Joe. Let us know how it goes. Jessica Lynn says hi. Hi, Jessica Lynn. Squiggy says, Donna. Hi, Donna. I love your work. Thanks. On December 17th, our backyard camera recorded something wispy, white, and ephemeral like an angel or apparition. Only for a moment, then disappeared. What was it? Well, that's I don't know if you're asking me what it could have been, what it might have been, but sometimes we all have intuitive abilities. We all have the ability to see with our mind's eye, and also sometimes corporeal vision. So you can see a spirit. I remember when I was a kid, I used to see corporeal apparitions fairly regularly. I don't see them so much anymore. And when I say corporeal, it's like when you can almost see like a shadow of a person, and it feels like they're in the room. Most of what I see now is in my mind's eye, and I can see them. But this could have been that kind of thing. It could have been where you just saw a deceased loved one or an apparition or somebody that was there. trying to tune in to what your angels and guides might have to say about, they were obviously there, what was going on. This feels like a spirit of a guardian, like somebody who's there. I don't know if you have a deceased loved one. It could be somebody like that. It could be an angel that's there, just kind of give an extra measure of protection around your home. So I think that's what that was. It's really awesome that it picked it up on a regular camera, not having any special, equipment like they use for paranormal investigations. That's amazing. But your angels and guides are saying that it is a spirit of a deceased person, is what it was. So, wow, thanks for bringing that one up. That was cool. Jessica Lynn says, hi, Donna, may I have a card reading? Anything my guides would like me to know? Absolutely. I have this new card deck that is based on the Rider-Waite decks, the traditional tarot, but it's all around animals in the wild, domestic animals, gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. So let's see what they want you to know for your highest and best good. I don't know if anybody else is excited for Valentine's Day coming up this week, but it's a really good time to focus on loving on yourself. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, you can think about all those things that you were first drawn to about the person that you're with, all those things you like best about them, those things you love about them, and focus on all the things they are. I know sometimes we'll get into a rut in a relationship. It's easy to kind of be irritated by all the things that are not and things that get on your nerves. The people that are closest to you are the best at plucking on your last nerve. But this is the week for remembering how much we care for people and how much it means to have special people in our lives. And if we don't have a special someone, we still have people like friends and relatives. And if nothing else, we have ourselves that we can love on. This is a great time to empower yourself. The energy's ramping up. We just entered the year of the snake. So let's see what's going on with you, Jessica. Ooh, awesome. Wow, dang, girl. So what's been going on is like working on establishing boundaries. You got the Six of Pentacles, and Pentacles is about the 3D day-to-day career, household stuff, things going on in your life. And this goat is well at the top of the mountain, firmly in charge. And this is when you have enough for yourself and enough to share. It's real sense. It's a nice family card. It's all about familial, just rewards, being generous with your time. And you're that kind of person in general. People will come to you if they have a question, or you're willing to help people get through a rough patch, listen to people when they're having a hard time, maybe giving a hand with a move, or, something like that, dog sitting, cat sitting, helping with things like that. But it also is about establishing boundaries. So you've been being mindful of that from what this card is saying, that you're kind of working on setting firmer boundaries for yourself and for other people in relationship with you. And so what this means, where you're going in the energy right now, is you're stepping in through those efforts into the King of Wands. And this is all about passion. And the Tiger card is like, you know what you want and go for it. You're ready to go for it and name it and claim it as yours. Sort of like we were talking about earlier with thanking them in advance for having all this stuff set up for you, because things are going to be falling into place in your favor. Live in your passions. And there's also a real element of loyalty here. So your loyalty is going to pay off. Other people's loyalty will be reciprocated back to you. Your loyalty to them will be reciprocal. So it's really a great card for coming into something and going big with it. And then going forward, this is so cute. It's the Page of Wands. So as you go forward and you go big, you're going to be doing it with an element of fun. Some whimsy along the way, a little bit of a free spirit. Have some fun with it. Relax. Life doesn't have to be super serious all the time. And you can relax knowing that everything's going to work out, knowing that you're going to land on your feet, and knowing that you're going to get what it is that you're passionate about really embedded and integrated into to be a big part of your life. So have some fun with it. That's what's going on. Woo, I love those 3 cards for you. Those are great cards. I don't know if you can see, but beautiful. Look at the eyes on that raccoon. I mean, what a rascal. I just love them. And they're so smart. I've watched them in the wild figure out how to open jars and how to pick locks, and they just do some incredible things, raccoons. So thank you, Jessica Lynn. Let me know if that resonates with you. Maybe you have a passion project you've been thinking about. Now you know that it's time to see it come to fruition. So let's see who's next. Tammy Tiffany Day. Hi, Donna. Does my French Bulldog Buddha, who passed, have anything to say to me? Thank you. Okay, well, let's see if we can tune into Sweet Buddha. I love that name. That's a perfect name for a French Bulldog. Now, when Buddha comes in, I'm seeing that there's just this little bit of a little bit of a tongue that kind of sometimes when he was at rest or relaxed would be out. You know, a lot of dogs keep their tongue in their mouth all the time, but it feels like there's just a little blip of the end of his tongue that would be out sometimes. This is how he's showing me when he comes in. He is bringing a blankie. I don't know if he had like a little throw. I don't know if he had blankies, if you gave him little throws or that's what he snuggled up in, but he's like bringing this blankie and putting it on your shoulders. Like, it's okay, Mama, I am good. Things are good. And he is watching over you. So he wants you to know if you ever get an idea of like, I don't know, a flash of light. He's showing me like a flash of light up higher on the wall, like what would normally be reflected in a mirror or something. That's him flashing in and popping in to check on you. I'm also getting a feeling like on the bottom of my calf that sometimes you may feel as you're standing at the sink or walking or sitting in your chair or something like that. You can like feel this little like just a little light wisp of almost a breeze on your leg, and even if you have pants on, you can just kind of feel like this movement by your leg, and that's him letting you know that he's still there with you and he's still checking in, taking care of you, watching out for you. So I hope that helps, Tammy. Thank you. He is such a sweet boy. He's saying, no, but I could get rowdy when I wanted to. And he would do this thing where he would like, I call it juking, where he would run up and then he would like stop and then he would turn over to the other side real quick and just sort of like play back and forth with you like that. Cute, cute boy. Thank you for having me bring him forward. I appreciate that. Squiggy wants to know, with the apparition, was there a message or what it was? It feels like it was a presence. Sorry, I wasn't clear about that. But this presence was there sort of like as a guard, as a guardian, just to kind of be protective, to kind of bring a protective presence to your home, to your space. I don't know if you felt any kind of special, like warm fuzzy or any kind of something that went on that particular night that you might have felt comforted. But that's the kind of energy I feel like they're bringing you comfort and bringing you protection. Venus says, may I please have a message from my guides? Any topic is fine. Lots going on. Okay. Hi, Venus. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I was a little worried after I booked this time to be here, and then I remembered it's Super Bowl today. So thank you guys for being here. When I know half the world, it seems like, is watching the Super Bowl right now. But let's see what your guides have to say, Venus. What I'm getting from one of your guides is that there's a little bit of fatigue going on with you. You're just like you've been running full throttle for quite a while and starting to feel maybe just a little bit run down. And if you're not careful, you're going to catch whatever cold or virus is going around next. And so they're suggesting that you, like, I don't know, like take vitamin C, take some zinc once a day, take something to sort of help fortify your immune system. If you have something like that, or if you're in the habit of doing that, this is a great time of year to just kind of give yourself an extra boost of vitamin. But that's what they're saying is take a little bit more rest. Slow down just a little bit. Hope that's possible for you to do. Because they're saying you've been sustaining a fast pace for a while. Give yourself a night off every now and then. I hope that works. I hope that makes sense, Venus. Thank you so much. Take care of you. Kathy Bear says, my daughter Elisa and her wife Carissa had a cat named Hannibal who passed last year. How is he doing? That's going to be tricky, Kathy, because I normally tune in to the animal through the energy of their human. So I tap a lot of times. The way this works is that I'll tap into the animal through your energy, right? So let me see if I can go third person. It's sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I'm pulling in a striped cat. I don't know if this is Hannibal. And it's sort of like he's not coming right in and coming right up to me. So I don't know if this is a striped cat that belongs to somebody else in the viewers in the audience, or if this is Hannibal. But I'm sorry, it's not a great connection. I'd love to hear from Alicia and Carissa if you'd like to have them connect on my next live. That'd be awesome. Deb Kane says, great for Deb Price. I know, right? Thank you. Lynn Ann Camarada says, hi, Donna. What do my guides feel I should be focusing on for the next 3 months? Let's see what they have to say. Goodness, you've got quite a few people all around you. You are surrounded by people looking out for you. Wow. I don't know if you've called in like somebody special for a special project that you're working on, but there's like, I'm seeing like 5 energies around you right now. So again, there's an element of health and exercise, that there's a wanting to see a little bit more kind of cardio, walking, getting enough exercise, get the blood circulating. There's maybe you've been sitting more than normal. Get out in the winter and walk the mall even, just to get the blood flowing, to get some exercise a couple times a week. And then there's an element of numbers. I'm seeing lots of numbers, and I'm seeing tallies. I don't know if there's some budgeting going on, or maybe they're talking about tax time, but focus on the numbers. They're really like I'm seeing like almost like a magnifying glass, like focus on your numbers and look at your numbers. That's a really cool symbol, very cool visual. And I also feel like there has been like some kind of discord in a relationship. It's not anything major, but it's just sort of like a misunderstanding and a little bit of a irritation around it. And so what they're suggesting and what they're saying is that it's best to just sort of clear the air. If you don't want to talk to the person about it face to face, at least clear the air in your own mind and decide you're not going to be irritated about it. Just set it aside. They may be in a bad place that day, give them the benefit of the doubt, kind of let it go, and don't let it take up too much free rent in your head. Okay? So focus on the harmony. They're like, this is a time of building community, building harmony, they're saying, and building, sticking with the people who are going to stick by you. We want to surround ourselves with upbeat people to keep our vibration high, right? And we want to be claiming, every one of us wants to be claiming how everything is being worked out in our favor, because it is. I mean, the universe has a plan for our life, and it's not a plan of disaster. It's, we make mistakes, we make ego-based decisions, or free will kind of decisions that sometimes send us extra challenges, but and then sometimes they just come because life happens to everybody. But for the most part, let's be focused on the positive, and this is what they're especially saying for you, is to focus on the positive, Linda. And I hope that helps. Kay wants to know, can I know their names? That would probably be something that would require a little more in-depth of connecting with each one, and that would require probably more time than what I have during this live. But thank you, though. If you'd like to book a private session, that would be a fun one to explore and get the names for you. Dave Highland says, I'm learning to communicate with my guides. Right on. So am I. It's just getting better all the time. How can I further expand this communication? I enjoy your posts. Thank you, and keep up the good work. One of the great ways that I like to keep up to communicate with my guides is with sound. I like to just sort of, the best way to hear from them is to quiet our own mind, right? And the best way for me to quiet my own mind is to listen to sound. And I have these things called solo tubes, and they make up, it's a random computer-based thing, like chimes, I guess I would say, like they're different tones. And you're supposed to just stop, just breathe like you would normally, and focus on the tones, even like they're like, how a gong will go boom, wong, 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 wong. It's that kind of tone, and focus on that, just on the tones. And what they did was they tested these with like Tibetan monks who meditate 8 hours a day. And they were saying that spending 3 minutes with these tones is the same as doing a 30-minute meditation. So if you can get like Hertz frequency tones on YouTube. You can listen to different videos. I love the love frequencies, and you can just type that in on YouTube, love frequency sound, video. And you could just stop and listen to that for a few minutes, preferably with headphones, so it kind of tunes out all the other ambient noise that might be going on around you. But if you can't be in a quiet place, it's so good. And it's just like it's almost like speed reading with meditation, and it opens that communication. And when you first start out, just say, what is it that you'd like me to know for my highest good today? And I focus on those tones, and then just let it go, and knowing that the answer is going to come to me, and it always does. I like to do it before I go to sleep, and I like to ask them to, allow me, if I've got a problem that I can't figure out, or a challenge that I can't figure out how to handle, sort of like the lady that has, this person that they've loaned money to, and they're trying to figure out how to approach them or whatever. You can ask your guides to work with you in your sleep, inspire you with the right approach. And a lot of times, at least for me, I'll wake up with the intuitive knowing of how to handle this situation, or how to handle whatever challenge that I happen to be going through. So that's a really good way. Let them work with you while you're at rest. They will come to you in your dreams. You'll start to experience astral travel, if that's something that you're interested in doing, where you visit the other higher frequency realms. That's amazing. Because if you want to develop, communicating with your guides, you can, you have to raise your frequency and try to keep your vibration higher. So again, it's trying to focus on things that you're grateful for, things that make your heart smile, people who make your heart smile, This is going to sound silly, but one of the things that raises your vibration is puppy kisses. I don't mean to sound Pollyanna, but it's really true. I mean, there's just nothing like, those wiggly giggly puppies, that just kissing and, licking on you and playing and tussling. It just helps you suspend everything else that's going on, and it raises your vibration. So thinking about things that make your heart smile, thinking about something like that is a really good way to keep your vibration up so that you can be open to listening to what they have to say. Also, ask questions and ask them to send you signs. It's a beautiful way to work with your guides, because you can almost like turn it into, I don't want to say a game, but it is sort of like sleuthing, right? Ask them to send you a sign. Sometimes you'll have a question like, if you're wanting me to go ahead and book this trip that you want to take, say, for example, if you think that's a good idea for me to do, send me a sign, let me see a peanut, or let me, give me a peanut if you think I'm supposed to do that. Just something random like that. And you might actually see an actual peanut. You may hear the word peanut. You may open up your computer and there'll be an ad for peanuts, or something like that. You'll get your sign. And it's really a great way to work with your guides. They'll send you more. The more you work with them, the more they'll work with you and asking for signs. So it's a great way to know that they're there. And it's a great way to find out if they think it's in your highest good to maybe do something. I also love working with the cards. It's one of the main reasons that I use cards. Tarot cards are awesome. Oracle cards are terrific. They both achieve the same kind of thing. It's just the different methodology. But they're wonderful for giving us answers. I call them like gateway drugs for communicating with your guides, because they're inspired. Oracle cards are named for, quote, oracle, which is the inspiration for all the cards in the oracle deck. And that's how your guides work with you. They play with the position of how you shuffle them and how they pop up. And it doesn't really matter how many times you cut the deck or whatever, you get the card that you're supposed to get. And so if you really want to improve your connection with your guides, find a deck of cards that appeals to you, and just do a card a day. And just shuffle every day, imbue these cards with your energy. If somebody else happens to touch them, then you can knock them like that to dispel the energy from the other person, and imbue it again with your energy, so that these are your cards and these are your guides, and they're talking to you, for you, about you. So that's the best way to do it. And just ask, what do I need to know for my highest good today? And I'm going to do one for you, Dave, just to see what it says. What does Dave need to know for his highest good? And I love that husky in your thumbnail, too. That is a beautiful dog. Pangolin. A pangolin. To me, that looks almost like an armadillo. But it's got big teeth. It's got fangs. A pangolin is the Five of Pentacles, and it's one of those feelings like when you get into a place of feeling like there's not enough. It may not actually be the case, but it feels like a place of lack. The dark night of the soul. If you're trying to get better at communicating with your guides, there may be a time like when you feel like they're not there. I don't think they're really there. Are they really there? I mean, even when I know they're there, I can still feel like, where the hell are you? I need you now. Kind of thing. They don't always work with us on our timetable and give us the answer we want when we want, but that may be something that you're going through because you're working with them for a specific thing, for example, and you're not getting your guidance. So this could be where that's coming from. I'm going to do one more just to see what comes next, what they have next that they want to tell you about. If this resonates with you, let me know. Oh, he says, LOL, I have 2 dogs. Well, you guess what we got here? A hyena, another dog. It's a dog family. But it's about recovering from wounds, recovering from, a challenge. It could be a betrayal, it's like letting go of something that's no longer serving you. The Ten of Swords is the guy that's got all the swords coming out of his back. So it's a lot of times when things didn't go your way, perhaps a betrayal. So let me know if that makes sense. Venus likes my dog Bogey. He's a phantom poodle and he is a mess. KB says thank you. Thank you, KB. Lori says, Donna, thank you for Nathan's reading. What he told you was amazing. I have told many people that had I known Nathan was sick, I would have moved heaven and earth to do whatever I could to help him. Wow. Isn't it wild that he gave me those exact words? He knew that's what you do. Wow. But it, unfortunately was his time. Laura says, what a cute helper pup. Thank you. I appreciate that. Joe Lombardi, it's a burning sensation in my shoulder blade and little pins and needles in my breast as well. No lump. If you can do a mammogram, I still feel like better safe than sorry. But those burning sensation in your shoulder could still be muscle tension. I hope that's all it is. And again, that's not my usual area of expertise, but I appreciate you letting me give that a try. That was exciting for me. Lori again said, Nathan knew that I would have found a way to provide him with any kind of medicine or treatment that would have helped him. I'm sure he did. And Deb's got, here. There's, for Joe, Deb Kane has a great tip here, using a spike ball, like a dryer ball, and rolling it up and down my spine in a doorway. Best way to get a good grip, to put it in a long sock. It's really a good idea. Thank you. And Squiggy says, thanks you. Jessica says, yes, I'm single and will be focusing on self-love. Me too. In fact, I have a friend who's coming to town tomorrow for a few days, and we're going to go do some fun stuff, snorkeling, and I live on an island, and it's warm here, so we're going to do some snorkeling and maybe a sail. Kevin Lewis Medium. Oh my gosh, Kevin, I'm glad to see you. Glad to hear from you. Those of you who don't know, Kevin Lewis is an amazing medium, and you should tune into his channel as well. He's terrific. I've had the honor of appearing with him at one of Susan Lynn's Connect to Empower conferences last year. We got a chance to actually meet in person. Powerful, powerful guy. Great connection. Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad you're here. Jessica says hi too. Deb, yep. Okay. Ooh, Kevin's got lots of highs in the feed. Lori Christine says, my cat Karma, hold on, Bogey's coming up again. My cat Karma died from the same illness that Nathan did. Karma had obvious symptoms and was on 4 medications. Nathan showed a slight indication that something was wrong just before he died. Again, it was his way. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Amazing. Bernadette, whoa, the Unleashing Potentials podcast. I guess you've got your stuff going. That's awesome. Hello, can I please have a reading? Do they have any messages for me? Let's see what they say. There's something about your energy is, when I feel into your energy, they're showing me, your guides are showing me like very creative, goldenrod yellow, resourceful, excellent communicator, also creative. So I don't know where your podcast is, but if you want to put it in the feed, if it's on Spotify or where we could find it, I'd love to see. But they're saying, tap into that, feed that, do more. And they're saying whatever appeals to you, whatever interests you, talk about it on your podcast, communicate with other people, encourage other people. It's all about like empowering yourself and in feeling into it, and letting other people be excited by your excitement and about your knowledge, and share what you know. Yeah, this is going to be really affirming for people, and also affirming for you to do that. So they're saying more. Give yourself permission to do more with it. Woo! Good for you. That's awesome. Let's see, who is next? Squiggy says, our rescue kitty named Squiggy was abandoned for a long time. However, he had been loved and well cared for. We would love to know why he lost his family. What happened to him? Let's see if he will come through and let us know. Now, I will say that in my experience in doing these hundreds of animal readings that I've done at this point, probably numbering in the thousands by now, they are very much in the moment. Cats and dogs and all of our animals, they don't really live in the past like we tend to ruminate about the past or worry about the future. They're like in the right here and right now. So he may be very busy feeling like he hit the lottery with you. And but we'll see. Let's see what he says. I have what I'm being shown is an open door. And I mean an open door like on a back stoop, an open exterior door. And he went out, and then he just gone. He just couldn't find his way back to the door. I'm asking. I asked him if something spooked him, or if he can remember, how he got away from the vicinity of his other family. And he's giving me being made aware of an image, of him running, just like choom, taking off and running. And I'm also being made aware of being in shrubbery, like bushes and shrubs, and hanging out there. And walking next to what looks like a house. It doesn't look like an office building or any kind of commercial building. It looks like a house, but he's walking down like the side of a house. And I'm not sure how you found him or where you found him or how he found you, but that's really all he's giving me about that. But it was a door left open, apparently. Yeah. So thank you, Squiggy. I hope that helps. Karen Conroy. Hi, Karen Conroy. I'm glad you're here. Would like to know, can I have a message from my late cat, Delilah? Yeah, let's see what Delilah says. It's almost like, okay, Squiggy was still in my field, and Squiggy's leaving my field. I'm asking him to leave my field to make room for Delilah to come in, and it's like they're high-fiving as one goes out and the other's coming in. And she is also coming in with like long legs and a slender body and kind of a long tail. Don't normally get she's very proud of how beautiful she is. I mean, like she's like showing off, like like almost Jessica Rabbit on the cartoon kind of thing. Aren't I gorgeous? And she wants to thank you for the snuggle. There were some extra snuggles that happened right before she crossed. She really wants to thank you for that. And I feel like almost like you were like face first into her, nuzzling her, with your nose in her, hugging her, touching her. She felt so loved. It's almost like I can feel paws, like right here on my shoulder. That are hers. So I hope that helps, Karen. I hope you like that message from Delilah, and let me know if that description makes sense for her. Nina says, thanks for being here. I am so glad to be here. Y'all don't even know. This is like my favorite thing to do. I love doing private readings. I love doing my teaching. I love traveling and speaking, but these lives are great. Y'all are great. You've been really supportive of me, which I appreciate, and you also support each other, which I think is amazing. And that's what we're here for, is to build this community. Sherry Nidai? I'm not sure how to say that, Sherry, but I lost my Sheltie on the 13th of January. I later realized it was the wolf full moon. I'm not sure if I'll get another pup or not. I have a 6-year-old corgi, now just down to one pet. Yeah. Let me see what your guides have to say. I feel like they're showing me like the energy is around an animal finding you, where you might see it on a social media post, and it just like you just feel this kind of connection, right? Oh my gosh. I could see myself, you could just sort of see yourself with this dog or with this animal. And yeah, I'm not going to say dog. It could be a cat if you're a cat person. But it's good. This animal's going to find you. This animal, I might even like come up to your house. I mean, it's really going to be one of those, like when you least expect it and not looking, there they are. And you'll just know, okay. And you can thank your Sheltie for sending you someone else to fill that space. Because when animals open up our hearts, and when they're gone, it does feel like there's a bit of a void there. And nothing can ever take the place of that one animal. But they do kind of leave, they open our hearts and expand our hearts so that we have more room to love more. Whether we're loving more physical animals in quantity, or we're learning to love deeper in the relationships that we have with the people in our lives, as well as with the animals that we have in our lives. But it's about the energy of more love, because love is what always wins. And love is what we're here to learn to do. The bottom line is, with all of our evolutionary cycles, is to learn to love more unconditionally, like they do. They've already got it, and they're here to work with us more than anything on that. Getting past those blocks of not being good enough, or not feeling like we deserve to be happy, or not feeling like we're worthy of having love or giving love. Those are BS, and not the kind of BS that you would normally think. That's a belief system, and it gets embedded in us by critical parents or things that happen, trauma. It can also be society and different kinds of expectations that sort of lead us into these BS belief systems that are error beliefs. And the animals come to help us shed that stuff, and so that we can be our most authentic, loving, and true self. So it may be that your Sheltie will help arrange things for this new animal to show up in your life, but don't be surprised. Yeah. Hey, Leah. Ooh, cool owl. Thank you for helping us. We appreciate your gifts, and I really appreciate you. And please, if you like what I'm doing, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends. I'd love to help more people. I'm trying to get the word out. I've got so much stuff going on. I'm doing a series on crystals. You can find crystal videos on my channel. I'm doing an animal communication workshop on the basics of animal communication. So if you want to learn in 2 hours how to get the basics of communicating with your own pet, I'll be doing that on March the 16th, which I think is a Sunday afternoon. And then we'll have a bonus. In addition, I'm doing like a free hour follow-up the following Tuesday evening. I think that's at like 8 o'clock Eastern time for an hour. And we can practice. You can do some readings for each other, or you can do readings, with me. and it'll give you some feedback and some pointers, and you can ask questions and get some extra feedback there. So it's basically 3 hours for the price of 2, and you get to learn the basics of animal communication. It's pretty fun. I love doing it. I've also got some classes coming up. There's one coming up on the 22nd of this month about setting up to an ancestor altar. If you have some deceased loved ones in spirit, be they animal or human, and you want to call them in to be part of your guide team, you can set that up. And we'll be doing a little quick 1-hour class on how to set that up to bring their energy into your field to work with your guides and your angels. So that's coming up on the 22nd. It's only $19 for 1 hour. So come join us. It'll be fun. Got other stuff in the works too. I've got a longer animal communication class. It's like a 4-week, more in-depth thing coming up this summer, and some other ones coming up on crystals. I'm going to be doing crystal grids on how to work with crystals and grids for attracting health, wealth, and romance. So that'll be coming up soon too. Ina says, good to know. Thank you. Feeling worn out. Yeah. Gosh, hoping we get a lot of snow on Tuesday so you can take a day off work. Man, y'all, I was in South Dakota last week, and that's where my son and my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter live, and oh my gosh, for somebody like me who's used to it being like 78 degrees outside at this time of year, that for me is winter. To go up there where it's like negative 13 and where some of y'all live in that cold, I don't know how y'all do it. I had on 2 pairs of socks, boots, 2 shirts, a jacket, beanie over my ears, and oh, it's so cold. And we had a snow day because the snow turned to ice, and the roads were impassable. So they actually had an extra day off work. So I hope that comes true for you. Leo has a question here. May I ask how long to wait for another cat? Does my deceased kitty Mouty have a message for that? Let's see what Mouty has to say. Mouty comes in with some of the most intense eyes. It's just like really big eyes, just like right in my face. I see you. See right into you. I don't know if you had that experience with Mouty that you felt like they could see right into your soul. Those are the kind of intense eyes this cat has. And Mouty is saying, it's going to be time. As I'm looking around, and this cat, I see this cat looking out your window, and the trees are green and flowers are blooming and things like that. So it's like giving me an indication of, coming up in the next few months in the springtime. So I hope that works out, and I hope that kitty finds its way to you. Mary Thornberry, hi Mary, says, hi, my birthday is Wednesday the 12th. Would love a message. Let's give you a birthday message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. It's right here at my feet. I love this Oracle deck. It's by Colette Baron Reed, and it's just amazing. So let's see what the Oracle has to say. Mm-hmm. Wow, this may be my last one. We're coming up on 8 o'clock. Okay. Ooh. Okay, well, it's really interesting. I did a 3-card reading for you, and the first one is like there has been like some chaos and some conflict going on, feeling a little off center. It can be just like not feeling your usual self and not at ease with your situation. And what the next card is, the action, is time to go. Look for other options. If this is I feel like this might be a situation with work. Maybe it's time to look at some other options. And the result is going to be chop wood, which is like you look into the options, they're going to make it happen. Your guides are right there ready to help you with whatever it is that you want to do next. But it's time to do something different. So I hope that helps you for your birthday. Wow, congratulations. Happy birthday. I'm glad you came to see me. Let's see. Deb says, yeah, Donna sound. I'm into that. Ooh. Dave liked his answer. I'm glad. Puppy kisses definitely raised my vibration. Christina, Christina has some puppies. The little Shih Tzu puppies, and they are adorable. She says they are 7 weeks old now. Are you getting anything from Poppy or the puppies I should know before they go to their forever homes? Let's just see real quick. Poppy is coming in with a little bit of sluggishness. I think maybe she's fatigued, but she's a little sluggish, and she's going to be really ready to rest and chill out. And I feel like there's one puppy that is perhaps not as energetic, because I feel like the rest of them are just like, typical puppy. But there's one that's a little less energetic, and that's going to be a puppy that if you get somebody, Christina, that's looking for an emotional support animal or maybe a therapy animal, this would be that puppy, would be the one. The one that's a little more docile, that's going to be the one for that person. So you'll have to give me some feedback and let me know if how things work out, where they go and who they end up with. And it's always fun to keep up with what happens to them. So thank you all, everyone. I will be doing another reading today is Sunday. I'll be doing one probably midweek in the evening, and I'll get it posted here on YouTube soon. So please stay tuned, check back in, and I will talk to you soon again. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Have a good night. Take care, y'all.